So there you have it, Newcastle United are going back to Wembley, another Carabao Cup final, the second in 3 seasons, and really, apart from, if you even want to call it a shaky opening in this game, I would say it was more of a readjustment period in the first few minutes to the new formation. Newcastle United sealed it really, it never looked in doubt, and for all the nerves and the build-up, it was just the perfect night for Newcastle United, and we thought we'd got off to an absolutely flying start when Isak went through and was marginally offside, and sadly that didn't count, but really it just gave this crowd more energy. We'd had Johnny Blue on the pitch before the game, we'd had the flags, the display. It was a fantastic environment for the players to go on and get something big tonight, and really the fact that the goal got disallowed meant very little really to this crowd. It didn't discourage them. Arsenal, they had a moment where Odegaard skimmed the post, but overall I thought Newcastle were just full value. They got the 3rd goal of the tie overall, came from a big boot from Dubravka, it's flicked on by Isak, worked around by Gordon. Isak slammed it off the post, and Gordon followed up to make it 1-0 on the night, 3-0 on aggregate. And really tonight, that for me was the tie done really, unless Arsenal were going to produce something absolutely sensational, which they just weren't able to do. They didn't have it in them, and for the fans I think they could sense there was another goal in it for them. Arsenal were all over the place at the start of the second half. Gordon had a great chance, but put it wide. But then, the Fabian Schär slide tackle that let Gordon in just summed up and typified the battling spirit of Newcastle here tonight. It fell through for Gordon at the Gallagher end, and he just rolled it home, and that was it, job done. 4-0 on aggregate. Newcastle fans singing about Wembley. We didn't even have an hour on the clock, and Newcastle were there, and it's a fantastic achievement for Eddie Howe, given the way pre-season started with a lot of what would you call it, uncertainty, with changes at the club. He's held his head absolutely magnificently. He's led this team to another cup final. They're still in the Champions League shake-up as well, still in the FA Cup. This can be parked for a little while. The fans will enjoy it, of course. I think overall just a great night, but dare I say it, it was a bit almost routine really, the victory I'm talking about, and the celebrations were good at the end. They were wild. Joelinton twirling his scarf around in the dugout, and it was just a fantastic occasion really. But I think we'll look back on this 4-0 on aggregate against Arsenal. It doesn't matter who Newcastle play now. They're going to be up against Liverpool or Tottenham. Obviously a lot of people will fancy getting Tottenham, but any team that gets the final must be treated with respect. We'll see what happens. Liverpool are flying. They'll relish that second leg tomorrow night. But for now, Newcastle have made it to another Wembley final. Lots of celebrations. I'll try and get as much as I can on the video. Enjoy it. Newcastle into a cup final. We can breathe a sigh of relief. Anyone who booked tickets beforehand, I did ask Eddie Howe about that. He said he was delighted nobody has to cancel any plans. Delighted to be leading this team back to Wembley. And now, the rest of the season, so much still to fight for. Champions League, FA Cup still to go. It's going to be a big season.